From geography to history, plants and animals, science, and so much more, this is Mike Butler, and welcome to This Day's Trivia from Bison Podcasts. Each episode, we dive into 5 unique trivia topics, all tied to today's date, and our trusty randomizer wheel will pick one of those topics for the episode. Get ready for 16 fast-paced trivia questions with just 5 seconds between each question. Perfect for testing your knowledge solo or with friends and family. At home or on your next road trip. So buckle up. It's time for this day's trivia. Today is October 14th. Get out your pen and paper to tally up your score. It's time for this day's trivia. Here we go. October 14th is Be Bald and Be Free Day. So says Ruth and Tom Roy, prolific celebration crafters who have copyrighted more than 70 holidays, many of which are found in the annual publication Chase's Calendar of Events. As the Roys put it, today is the day to go shiny and be proud. Topic number 2, it's Mother's Day in the Eastern European country of Belarus. The country has been celebrating this day as Mother's Day since 1996. Handmade cards and gifts are common on this day in Belarus, as you'd find anywhere, but something special about the day is that the Belarusian president gives out awards called the Order of Mother to women who have given birth and are bringing up 5 or more children in the country. Dying on this day in 1990, one Leonard Bernstein, American conductor, composer, and pianist with accomplishments both in the classical world and popular music world. Notable works include composing the score for the film On the Waterfront and writing the music for West Side Story. Also dying on October 14th, in 1999, Julius Nyerere, the first prime minister of the newly independent state of Tanganyika, and then the first president of the new country of Tanzania that formed in 1964 after Tanganyika and Zanzibar became a united republic. Considered the founding father of Tanzania, he was known to have impressive oratorical skills despite his soft-spoken nature. He also translated 2 Shakespeare plays into Swahili, The Merchant of Venice and Julius Caesar. Let's all say happy birthday to Lillian Gish, born on this day in 1893 or 1896, depending on what source you go with. She was one of the biggest stars of the silent film era, appearing in many films often at the direction of D.W. Griffith. She and her sister formed a close friendship with another silent movie great, Mary Pickford, who in 1912 introduced the 2 sisters to director Griffith. She almost made it to 100 years old, dying in February of 1993. Today's topic will be Mother's Day in Belarus. Let's see. I gave an interesting fact about the celebration of mothers in Belarus. Let's go with the theme of celebrations of motherhood throughout the world. Question number 1. In which northeastern African country do children traditionally celebrate their mothers with a feast and dance during a 3-day celebration called Antrasht? Answer: Ethiopia. Traditional meals are prepared including hash, a combination of lamb or bull, vegetables, butter, and spices. Afterward, families gather to sing, dance, and play music. Question number 2. In various cultures, what flower is commonly used to symbolize motherhood and is often gifted to mothers? A tradition that seems to have come out of the United States. Answer: the carnation. Question number 3. American social activist Anna Jarvis is credited with founding Mother's Day here in the United States. Jarvis explained in a 1927 interview that she chose the carnation for the holiday as, quote, "the carnation does not drop its" what? Answer: petals. Here's the full quote. "The carnation does not drop its petals, but hugs them to its heart as it dies, and so too mothers hug their children to their hearts, their mother love never dying." Question number 4. In various cultures, carnations signify purity, faith, love, beauty, and charity. True or false? Answer: true. Question number 5. What flower, often associated with motherhood in Chinese tradition, is also known as the plant for forgetting worry? Here's a hint. This flower bears large petals that are often yellow, red, or orange, with each flower lasting only one day, which makes its name very fitting. Answer: the day lily. Question number 6. Belarus is not the only country encouraging large families with medals. What Western European country that has coastline on both the Atlantic and Mediterranean hands out the medal for childhood and families, given out to parents who've raised at least 4 children of this country's nationality? Others eligible being a foster parent for at least 2 years, as well as widows raising 2 children without a husband. Answer: France. Question number 7. In South Africa, it's not uncommon on Mother's Day to throw a braai, which is essentially the country's version of what? Answer: barbecue. It's a word from the Afrikaans language for roast. Question number 8. Mothering Sunday is a tradition celebrated in certain nations, including the UK, on the 4th Sunday of what Christian fasting period preceding Easter? Answer: Lent. The mother here, however, is actually the Mother Church. On this day, churchgoers in England historically were supposed to head over to their mother church, that is a main church or cathedral of the area, in order to worship their God, as opposed to their normal local parish or daughter church. This day eventually became an occasion for working children to return home to visit their mother and family. Question 9. In which Himalayan country do devotees gather at a sacred pond on Mother's Day to honor their departed mothers? Answer: Nepal. Legend has it that people can see their departed mother's face in this one particular pond on this one special day. Question number 10. Mother's Day in this Southeast Asian country falls on August 12th, as it marks the birthday of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, also known as the Queen Mother. Answer: Thailand. On this special day, mothers are invited to schools so that children may prostrate at their feet, a common gesture of deep respect in Thailand. Speaking of Thailand, which flower, widely used around the world in perfumes and teas, is abundant on Thailand's Mother's Day, symbolizing a mother's unconditional love? Answer: jasmine. Question number 12. This country has transformed its Mother's Day into an annual celebration called Family Day to recognize varied family structures and changing family member roles. Answer: Israel. Question 13. Celebrations of motherhood around the world incorporate some flower or another, as we've seen. Australia is no different. In the land down under, you may go out and get your mom some mums, which is short for what flower name? Answer: chrysanthemums. In Serbia, tradition has the children of a family tie up their mothers to a chair on the Serbian equivalent to Mother's Day, demanding a ransom of gifts in exchange for her freedom. This day is part of a trio of celebrations, the other 2 celebrating children and fathers, that all fall on 3 consecutive Sundays preceding what major Christian holiday? Answer: Christmas. Quite a different display of affection compared to Thailand, isn't it? But it's all in good fun. The custom of tying symbolizes a connection of the past to the present. Question 15. West of England, in this constituent unit of the United Kingdom, you'll find love spoons. These elaborately carved wooden spoons were originally a way for young men to show their love for a sweetheart. In recent years, it's not uncommon to see a love spoon given to a mother as a way of saying thank you or just to show you care. A tradition that has seen a resurgence in the 21st century. What part of the world am I talking about? Answer: Wales. Actually, a lot of credit can be given to one Welsh woman for reshaping how we see this long-standing tradition. Head on over to the Patreon page for a link to the website of talented woodcarver Saini Spiller to read about her story and to see some amazing examples of love spoons. It's time for the tie-in round. Question 16, tying in last week's theme of earthquake disasters. Hey, where there's a will, there's a way. There's always a connection to be made, and here it is. This U.S. state experienced a Mother's Day earthquake on May 13th, Mother's Day of 2018. This 4.0 magnitude quake shook what state, known for being the home state of country singer Reba McEntire, and for its oil and gas drilling operations, which could potentially have played a role in causing the quake, and numerous other earthquakes in the state due to a phenomenon called induced seismicity, or in other words, human-caused earthquakes. Answer: Oklahoma. Well, it's always fun learning something new, isn't it? This episode has been extensively researched. Go take a look at my sources over at the Patreon page, or just reach out and I'll send them to you. thisdaystrivia@gmail.com. A little bit about me. I'm a PhD student focusing on research in the field of education. Half of what I do is finding legitimate fact-based sources. I have to say, so far, I've noticed just how hard it can be to put together trustworthy resources for an episode like this, where a more basic Google search pulls up tons of sites of businesses like flower shops trying to generate traffic to their website, providing no cited sources, or giving links to other junk sites for information. If you appreciate well-researched podcasting, then you can really help out by supporting the pod over at patreon.com/Bison Podcast Studios, or simply give us a 5-star rating. Subscribe, or even better, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. It's super helpful in getting the podcast out there to more people. One more thing. I'd hate to get anything wrong, but if I did, please reach out. thisdaystrivia@gmail.com. Are you from one of the cultures I talked about today? Can you provide a bit more nuance than I did to your country's celebrations? Let me know. I'll see you next time. How'd you do? Write into the podcast to tell us your score. Or if you have any suggestions, thisdaystrivia@gmail.com. That's thisdaystrivia@gmail.com. That's all we have for today, but make sure to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, Friday for new episodes and new topics. Interested in ad-free episodes, bonus content, transcripts, and my sources for deeper dives into the topics? Looking for archived material from my previous podcasts? Get the Word and the English sessions? Go over to patreon.com/Bison Podcast Studios and give us just $1 single for all of it. Patreon.com/Bison Podcast Studios. That's patreon.com/Bison Podcast Studios. Until next time, this is Mike signing off.